Exterior, late autumn afternoon. A peaceful countryside. The fields have been harvested, leaving only yellow stubble. A small house nestles under the canopy of a bright red maple tree. The sound of a gentle wind blowing through the leaves. Warm afternoon sunlight spreads across the path leading to the house. There are moments in life we don't realize we are living in the last days of a season of love. We are used to rushing, thinking that time always lasts forever. But for those who are taking the last steps in their life's journey, every moment becomes strangely sacred. The camera slowly moves to a half-open window. Inside, a young girl, Anna, is carefully folding an old woolen scarf. Yellow light softly illuminates the simple room. This is the story of Anna and the last season she had with her beloved grandmother. A season without noise, without drama, only slow whispers, gentle handshakes, eyes filled with things left unsaid. Anna slowly made a cup of tea, the steam rising hazily. Grandma sat by the window, thin, her eyes looking far away toward the distant hills. When health is no longer a matter of medicine, of machines, but becomes a matter of things left unlived, Anna learned that caring is not only about healing the body, but also about touching invisible wounds, unfinished dreams. Panorama of the house in the late afternoon. The sound of birds in the afternoon, the wind gently rustling the curtains. There are seeds that seem to sleep in the cold winter, but deep in the ground, they are still quietly preparing for a new spring. The story begins from the most normal days. Although the body is weak, the spiritual strength, the seeds, still live and flourish. Part 1. The seed of life in silence. Interior, early morning in the house. Birds chirping in the yard. Warm, dim light filtering through the curtains. The camera slowly pans across a small, tidy kitchen, but showing signs of time. Stains on the table, an old kettle. Anna, wearing a thin sweater, puts the kettle on the stove and glances at her watch. She opens her small notebook, quickly reading the schedule. Anna, reading quietly in a low voice. 7 o'clock, prepare medicine. 7:30, light breakfast. 8 o'clock, light exercise. The camera follows Anna through each step, preparing the medicine, getting a bowl of thin porridge, spreading the tablecloth. Interior scene, Grandma's bedroom. The door opens slightly. Grandma Lucille, lies on her side by the window, her eyes half closed, her face gaunt, her breathing rhythmic. Anna walks in, smiling mechanically. Anna, softly. Get up and take your medicine, Grandma. Grandma Lucille nods slightly, but doesn't say anything. Anna helps her sit up, quickly placing a glass of water and medicine on the table. The camera zooms in. Grandma's hand, trembling, reaches for the pill. Anna holds her hand, gently pressing the pill into her palm. There is no further dialogue. Atmosphere, silence, only the sound of the clock ticking. Exterior, courtyard. In the middle of the brick yard, Anna sweeps fallen leaves. The old broom brushes the brick floor, making a rustling sound. The sun has risen. The sunlight is golden but not harsh. Scene, Anna hangs clothes, her eyes unconsciously looking into the distance. Taking care of someone who is about to leave the world is not like curing an illness. It is learning to listen, even to things that cannot be said in words. Interior, noon. Small dining table, half-empty bowl of porridge. Anna sits across from her grandmother, her eyes quietly observing. Grandma Lucille pushes the bowl away, shakes her head slightly. Anna quickly takes a spoon, scoops a spoonful of porridge, and brings it to her mouth. Anna, trying to be gentle but still in a hurry. Grandma, try to eat a little more, to have strength. Grandma Lucille looks at Anna for a long time, then smiles very slightly, a smile with something bitter, but still tries to swallow the spoonful of porridge. Camera closes in on her eyes, dull, distant. Interior, late afternoon. Anna sits alone on a wooden chair on the porch, wrapped in an unfinished scarf. Cut. Mrs. Lucille sits by the window, watching the late afternoon sunlight pour into the old room. There are things that cannot be healed with medicine. There are separations that need to be prepared for by presence, not by action. The small house is nestled in the fading fields. Care is not about prolonging time. Care is about brightening the days that remain. Part 2. Silent Signs Interior, Late Night. The room is dim. The clock on the wall reads 2 a.m. The wind blows gently through the crack in the door. Anna sits on a chair near the bed. Dozing off, the book falls across her lap. Grandma Lucille suddenly opens her eyes, calling softly. Grandma Lucille, whispering, as if in a dream. "Mom, wait for me." Close-up camera. Her face, dreamy eyes, tears streaming down. Anna wakes up with a start, startled. "Anna," panicked, gently shaking her. "Grandma, what's wrong? Are you dreaming?" Grandma Lucille takes Anna's hand, smiles softly, then falls asleep again. The sound of a pounding heart mixed with the sound of the wind outside. Interior, early morning kitchen. Dim light. Anna sits absent-mindedly at the dining table, a cup of cold tea. On the table, a list of medicines, a nutrition menu, a hospital flyer. Anna crumpled the paper, her eyes bewildered. Anna, mumbling, blaming herself. Would I go wrong? Why is Grandma getting weaker like this? Detailed camera. Her hands tremble slightly. Her head falls on the table in exhaustion. Exterior, morning courtyard. Clear blue sky, sparse autumn leaves falling. Grandma Lucille sits on the porch, eyes half closed, hands fiddling with a half-knitted scarf. Anna brings a tray of porridge, calling softly. Anna, gently but trying to be cheerful. Grandma, eat some porridge. Grandma Lucille opens her eyes, shakes her head slowly. Grandma Lucille, smiling slightly. Grandma isn't hungry. I just want to hear the birds sing. The sparrows chirped on the roof. The wind gently swayed the bright red maple leaves. Interior scene, late afternoon. The sun slanted through the window. Anna sat on the chair next to her grandmother, reading a book in a low voice. The room was quiet, except for the sound of turning pages. Grandma Lucille suddenly gently took Anna's hand and whispered. Grandma Lucille, in a weak but clear voice. Don't try to hold Grandma back. Just sit next to Grandma. Anna is stunned, her eyes red. Slow motion. Anna puts down the book, squeezes her grandmother's hand gently. Nothing more. Just sits there, breathing with her grandmother's fragile breath. Outdoor scene, sunset. Anna and Lucille sit on the porch, covered with the same thin blanket. Both silently look toward the horizon, where the sunset is fading. Female narrator, soft, warm. End-of-life health is no longer a battle. It is a journey back to the most primitive things. Her thin hands clasp Anna's, silent, but extremely warm. There are separations that don't need goodbyes. Just presence, full and gentle. Part 3, Untold Stories. Interior, a light rainy afternoon. Soft light. The room is covered in warm colors. Anna sits next to Grandma Lucille, a small notebook and pen on her lap. Grandma Lucille looks out the window, her eyes distant. Anna gently asks, Grandma, what did you like to do most when you were young? Grandma Lucille smiles very gently, her eyes shining with life that Anna has not seen for a long time. Grandma Lucille, softly, warmly. Grandma liked to float paper boats on the stream. When she was little, the stream in front of the house was very clear. Imaginary image. A little girl, her grandmother's a child, lets paper boats drift along the cool water. Interior scene, same evening. The light is dim. The small desk lamp gives off a warm yellow glow. Anna writes down the story her grandmother just told. The handwriting is soft, as if whispering to time. Each story is like a small piece of mirror, reflecting things that seem to have been forgotten. Interior scene, another day. Grandma Lucille continues, a little each day. The story of her first failed love. The story of her younger brother, who died early. The story of the first time she stood up after a long illness without anyone by her side. Grandma Lucille looking far away, speaking slowly. There are wounds that just need time, that don't need to be forced to heal. Anna writes quietly, tears falling on the page, but she doesn't wipe them away quickly. Interior, a sunny morning. The room is filled with golden sunlight. The air is gentle and pure. Anna is still writing, but suddenly hears a rustling sound in the kitchen. She turns around. Mrs. Lucille, very weak but determined, is trying to stand by the stove, tremblingly pouring boiling water. Anna rushes over. Anna, panic. Grandma, let me do it. But Mrs. Lucille gently waves her hand, her eyes calm. Mrs. Lucille, smiling, whispering, "Today, let Grandma make it for you." The camera pans slowly, hands shaking but steady hold the teapot, pouring hot tea drop by drop into the cup. Anna stands still, tears welling up, taking the cup of tea from her grandmother. Close up, Anna takes the cup of tea with both hands, as if receiving a sacred gift. Interior, grandmother and grandchild together. The two sit together, the cup of tea steaming, the soft light embracing them. No more words needed. No need to heal anymore. Just be present. Enough. Female narrator, echoing, as light as a breath. There are things that go beyond life and death. It is love that silently prolongs the remaining days. End transition. Camera slowly pans out the window. A small garden soaked in rain. The first buds of the season are sprouting. A blurred line appears on the screen. You don't always have to be strong. Sometimes you just have to be brave enough to be gentle with yourself. Part 4. When the wind changes direction. Interior, a gloomy morning. The light inside the house is dim. The sky outside is overcast. The autumn wind is whistling softly. Anna sits by Lucille's bed, a book in her hand, reading slowly, sentence by sentence. She lies still, her eyes half closed, her face peaceful. Camera closes in, her hand thin, lying still on the blanket. Anna gently places her hand on it, feeling the coldness. Anna, speaking softly as if to herself, "I'm here, Grandma." No response needed, just presence. Interior, a quiet lunch. Anna serves a small portion of porridge on a tray, but Grandma just shakes her head wearily. No pressure, no sadness. Anna sits by the bed, takes out the yarn and knits a cloak for her grandmother. Each stitch is slow like a breath. Anna's fingers skillfully threaded the yarn, her eyes looking at her gently. Love is sometimes learning to let go. No holding on, no rushing, simply going together to the end of the journey. Interior scene, a windy afternoon. The wind blew strongly outside. The curtains fluttered. Anna found an old wooden box on the bed. She opened it. Inside was an old notebook. The cover was worn. Anna gently stroked the yellowed pages. Her eyes were surprised. The first page was written in a slanted handwriting. The things we keep are the things we've lived most beautifully. Interior scene, reading the notebook. Anna sat by the bed, reading each line in the notebook to her grandmother. Anna, reading gently. Life is not measured by the number of years, but by the number of times our hearts truly beat. Grandma's face, eyes moving slightly, the corners of her mouth smiling very slightly. Outside, sunset. The red sun gradually sets behind the hills. Anna helps her grandmother out onto the porch, wrapping her in a blanket. The two of them sit side by side, saying nothing, just quietly watching the sky change color. Preparing for a farewell is not to count the remaining days, but to let each day bloom like a slow flower. And one winter morning, Grandma passes away peacefully in her sleep. Anna stays behind, not crying violently, but quietly taking care of the small garden, planting seeds that Grandma loves. Anna makes tea, sits on the porch, opens her diary, and reads her grandmother's words again. Health is not just living long. Health is knowing how to love every moment you can still breathe. Part 5. The seeds bloom in the heart of the one who stays. Interior scene, winter morning. Cold white light fills the room. The sky outside the window is gray. A gentle wind blows through the bare branches. The camera slowly moves in. Grandma Lucille lies quietly on the bed, her face serene, a faint smile still lingering on her lips. Her hand hangs loosely next to the unfinished robe. Anna sits next to her, her eyes red but calm. No crying, no panic, just a tear slowly falls onto the back of her hand. Anna's hand grasps her grandmother's hand for the last time, squeezing gently. Female narrator's voice, very soft, almost a breath. There are farewells that happen in the blink of an eye, but love stays forever. Exterior, winter garden. One cold morning, Anna wears a sweater, holding a small basket containing old seed packets from Lucille. She gently sows each seed into the garden. The ground is cold. Her hands tremble slightly, but her movements are steady and slow. The tiny seeds are buried in the ground, like dreams quietly sprouting. The female narrator's voice gentle and deep. We never really lose the people we love. We just change the way we love them, from holding hands to caring for a small seed. Interior, a gentle sunny afternoon. The rare, fragile sunlight of winter floods the porch. Anna sits at the old wooden table, making a pot of hot tea. She opens Lucille's old diary. The yellowed pages, the soft handwriting. Anna reads silently, her voice trembling slightly. Anna reading, "Health is not just living long. Health is loving every moment you can breathe." Anna's face, eyes moist but filled with gentle light. Outdoor scene, small garden corner. Camera pans slowly. The young shoots sprout from the cold ground, green and fragile but full of life. Anna stands by the garden, her hands gently placed on her belly, eyes closed. A small smile appears on her lips. Ending scene, panorama. The small house nestled among the hills covered in light mist. The corner of a yard, the corner of the garden, the empty rocking chair on the porch. Female narrator's voice warm like a silent wish. Taking care of your health is not just fighting against time, but letting each moment become a silent love for life. For those who have loved and still love every brief moment of life,